it after the shift, there may be some beliefs that are still there, but they're not believed. So there's never any feeling of solidity, and then there's never any feeling of no one looking for solidity. I am belief, and that is a belief. So it's beliefs all the way down. But nothing has ever felt like it's true. True and false are known to be made up. There's no solidity and no one longing for it. It's quite natural for judgment. It's natural for the species to judge this fruit as being flavorful and this fruit as being poisonous. Some people judge judging as bad, which I'm sure you've noticed. It just doesn't feel anymore like there is anything that could be intrinsically good or bad, because there are no things. True and false, good and bad, up and down, all measurement, all division, all qualities, characteristics, all thingness is all made up. And it's really beautiful. Of course, beauty is made up too.
True.
Well, knowing could be the feeling of solidity, looking for knowing. You could use the word intuited or feeling. I use the word knowing, feeling a lot, because it's not like I know these things, I know these facts. I would say that self is the assumption of knowing, of knowledge, of solidity. What this is a most delicious unknowing, and there's no longer any need or anyone longing to know. As I just said, no one looking for solidity, knowing that there's nothing to find. So, there's the word intuited also. For example, enlightenment isn't a knowing, and it's not an understanding, and it's not a belief, and it's not a philosophy, but it is intuited deeply and always obvious. So is it a knowing? There's a certitude of unknowing. Unknowing is the recognition that there is no one to know, that there are no things to put together into some kind of place of rest or understanding. It is most delicious, and it is most beautiful. There is no place to rest, no one to rest. The dream of unknowing is, you could say, is the dream of enlightenment. The dream of enlightenment is the dream of no longer believing in the dream. So it's a radical shift in perspective that does not happen to the person. It seems to be a rewiring of the brain. It's utterly obvious always that there are no things, no non-things, no fullness, no emptiness. As I said before, no qualities, no characteristics, no this nor that, nor both, nor neither. Not even nothing exists, and yet all and everything simultaneously. The dream of separation, this is where we live. This is where love and beauty arise. This is the world of trees and mountains and sky and flowers and deep sadness and grief and joy. This is our world, this conceptual, worded world. Enlightenment is no longer belief in that world, but it is not an escape of it. It's not getting out of it. Simultaneously, they exist. This most wondrous unknowing, this most wondrous newness. It feels like so amazingly alive, just bursting with richness and fullness. Always new, without time or non-time. The first and last kiss. Wondrous beyond measure. It feels like the eyes of fear have turned into the eyes of love. It's like love has caressed all and everything. And I'm not using that like there's a source or God or anything. There's no way to speak of it, and yet it feels like love falling in love with itself constantly. It is more wondrous and fantastical than I could have ever believed. And it has not changed one bit for 9 years. So people say, how can you stand being in awe all the time? And there's no one in awe. There's just this awe. There's just this love, flowing in love, through love, in love with itself. This dream of love, spectacular.